Sideline of ball. Late winner doing it. They're gonna take. He's gonna bring down 30. Almost with a double kill. Dropping fast. Monopoint's there. He's still alive. Wait, second slide. He's going one side. He's going a second. He's taking it. Oh my God! On three. They're all dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Summit 2 by G2A.com America. It's day number 7, and we're going to lead things off hot and heavy right here. We got Sneaky Nyx Assassins taking on Complexity Gaming. And joining me by my side, remotely, back again, it's going to be Mr. F4L. My friend, can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent, excellent. Hold on. I remember that last time I had you here. I scooted you off the screen. Yeah, there you go. Find your seat. It's Suit Saturday still with Mr. F4L. How you doing, my friend? I'm glad to have you back. I know you're going to be playing today, so you're probably going to be joining me for maybe the first one. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, man.
I can cast until our game.
Okay, great. You're going to cast all the way up till you have to play. Just getting the nice bird's eye view of the competition.
We just scrimmed, so...
Okay. So you feel ready to go.
We actually just played both of these teams in scrims.
Oh, great. So you got all the inside information. I'm excited. So I guess without further ado, we'll just go ahead and throw ourselves into the draft. We have 4 best of ones for you today. So not our typical 5, but it's going to be a blast nonetheless. So let's lead things off here. Winning the coin toss was the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. So they took the first pick. And believe it or not, they went with the Tidehunter, which is interesting. FRL, I mean, Death Prophet was banned out, but you still had the option of grabbing something like a Skywrath Mage or maybe one of the other top priority picks, and they go with a Tidehunter. Not Horse God, I don't know.
I feel like Tide's risen popularity, and its stock just keeps rising.
Yeah.
I mean, the hero is just so good late game once it gets Refresher, and then you also have to invest so much in shutting him down. You know, he can do Ancient stacks.
Yeah.
You can even put him safe lane, and... I mean, teams like Secret are just showing the power of this hero recently. I mean, that's like Secret's #1 priority, I think.
Yeah.
What keeps them in most of their games. They've been tending to like fall off early, like not fall off, but have rough early games, and then they just have this Tidehunter to their team fight. So
yeah, Tidehunter is like what I like to call a game changer. Huge player in the game, and maybe at the start of the new map change with like the Ancients being moved around. Players got a little bit nervous about how Tidehunter would work and being able to get those easy quick stacks in and anchor smash his way towards a Blink Dagger. But nonetheless, he's back in the limelight, the Watermelon Man. So we welcome him back graciously, my friend, to get back into that offlane position. They followed up right now with their Phantom Assassin grab, though. So this leads me to believe we could potentially see the Brax Magnus in the mid lane, with this is going to be indeed TC on the side. And they can even amp it up a bit more if you follow it up with a nice like fluff and stuff, Ancient Apparition, or even an Ogre Magi is still in the pool with the Bloodlust. They could build their team around this PA if they really wanted to. There's a lot in the pool there. And for Complexity, they get a hold of their prize Skywrath Mage, followed up with an Ember Spirit, which if it is going to be the mid lane Ember Spirit, we haven't seen that too much out of Swindlemelons. He's been doing more of the spicy kind of a grabs, like, you know, maybe your occasional Brew, but we've been seeing a lot of like Zeus out of him lately, so it's nice to see him change it up a little bit.
I mean, I think early in like Cole's,
10 seconds
he was playing a lot of
remaining.
Viper and Panda.
Yeah.
So he's kind of expanded his pool.
5
Plays some
seconds
Sniper
remaining.
and Zeus, and I've seen him play Ember before.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I forgot that Sniper
So
game
he's sort of varying.
yesterday.
In Puck too, I think he plays. So, and it looks like they're gonna go ahead and ban the Puck.
Radiant
I know
team
Limp
ban.
also is very good at this hero, so
He's
not
also
that surprising of a ban.
I wouldn't be surprised if they also go for the Clockwork. He plays a fantastic Clockwork,
Yeah, I
as
can
myself
see it.
and Mod saw, and you can put that together pretty nicely with the
With the
Skywrath
Skywrath.
Mage. Mm-hmm.
10
I'm feeling it
combo.
today. I'm
remaining.
feeling a little clairvoyant today, F4L. I'm feeling like the...
I am
5
kind of
seconds
surprised though that they
remaining.
picked Ember this early. Usually you don't pick it this early because it's kind of easy to counter.
yeah.
You know, heroes with silences,
Radiant
single target
team
disables
pick.
He's
are
pretty
very
weak
strong
early,
against
too.
Ember.
He looks like
And
a badass.
he doesn't like building defensive items. I mean, this is a
Certainly
hero that his target item progression is Battle Fury Daedalus. So
Yeah.
anytime you can pick up a hero that can disrupt his ability to get those 2 items. It's
Yeah, I
always
feel like
gonna be
if you're Ember and you're picking up a BKB, you're just kind of going off the beaten path of what you'd like to do,
10
just to make sure you
seconds
can kind of stay
remaining.
alive in the game. And he might have to consider that. Already with the Tidehunter out
5
there, if they get
seconds
something else
remaining.
that follows up with some reasonable magic damage, that could force him in a bit of a pickle. He might need to get something like
Reserve
that.
time.
I already threw out a couple of names. I mean, Magnus would be a great team player if they wanted to amplify Phantom Assassin, but then they're kind of putting themselves into a severe melee situation, so they might have to change it up a bit. AA would have worked nicely. I mean, if they decide, though, because there's also a Razor. Oh, no, there's not. Never mind. That was banned out. Damn it. But Sand King is going to be grabbed here. Secondary support here for
Dire
Complexity
team
Gaming. No real surprise. I mean,
much.
he's a great gap closer, high mobility. Burrow Strike's probably the best stun in the freaking game. It's instant. You can go into the jungle, farm it up with Sandstorm, a little Darude here and there, and you got a Blink Dagger. So
It's quite nice to have a jungler when you have Skywrath, because Skywrath is one of the best, if not the best, like zoning support heroes.
Mhm.
I mean, Skywrath is probably the best at a lot of things, but
yeah,
you know, the hero's potential to zone with just a level 1 Arcane Bolt on the offlane, especially a hero like Tide, is like pretty substantial. So then you can pick some greedy jungler like Sand King.
Yes.
And then they also offer
10
a lot of gank
seconds
potential once the Sand King picks up his Blink Dagger, combining with the
5
Mystic Flare.
seconds
I mean, we've seen it
remaining.
a lot of times. It's
Yeah, of
pretty much
course.
just a classic support duo combination.
yeah. Not like giving a whole lot
Reserve
away as
time.
far as just overall synergy. Now, the
Yeah,
game plan
void.
now it's pretty
Dire team
much more
pick.
apparent. You know, when they get someone like this son of a bitch right here, the Faceless Void. Kind of the classic, the old standard, the peanut butter and jelly, if you will, putting Faceless Void with Skywrath, slam down the bubble, Mystic Flare shortly to follow up. You can even Epi in there. You can even slide a fist. Life is great once he drops that thing. So they get a
Pretty
nice
solid
grab.
draft right now.
Yeah, it's you know it's
Lot of
like
AoE,
it's like a
lot of
tried and
teamfight.
true. It's nothing like ooh,
Decent
I'm not
gank potential.
percolated. I'm not
10
excited
seconds
here,
remaining.
but you know it's gonna get the job done. Is pretty much what I'm seeing here on the side of
5
complexity thus
seconds
far.
remaining.
Sneaky Nick Assassins, you know, a little bit more funky fresh here. Bad and gonna be the fluff and stuff. And well.
Radiant
Look
team
who it is.
banned.
It's Magnus. It's going to be a Brax Magnus. Now, he had questionable RPs that previous game, but he still finds the opportunity to really open up. And I do remember he found a lot of great grabs on the mid lane, some good pickoffs as well. So if he gets the opportunity to open up with a good skewer back into a tower,
10
he'll find the
seconds
first
I
blood.
wonder if they'll last pick Ogre.
See,
5
I
seconds
intentionally
remaining.
said that because just Bloodlust is so sweet, but then there's just all melee all day on their side.
Actually, it would be 5 melee, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd
But
be
do
so
you-
much
does that
melee,
really
and then
matter?
you have
I
a
mean-
void on the other side. You need something
Come
else.
on,
I think
Mag
Ancient
isn't
Apparition
really
would be
melee.
good. I think AA
Mag's
would
not
be
really
good.
a melee hero.
You don't think so?
They ban the A. Well, I mean, the way
Dire
Mag is
team
played
ban.
isn't really that of a melee hero, right?
Yeah, I guess.
He just spams nukes and then he goes in for an RP at some point.
I know. I was just nervous. I think they need to
That
contribute
would
a
be
little
kind
bit
of
something.
concerning. I mean, Abaddon doesn't really care if he gets chronoed.
Well,
And then he can sort of shield people
That's
inside the
true.
chrono.
10 seconds
AA
remaining.
would have been
And then-
fantastic. I'm glad at least Complexity are on my level. You know, feeling
Five
I
that.
think
seconds
I think
remaining.
AA and PA synergize very well together, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see an Ogre
Reserve
pick, even
time.
though it would make them 5 melee. But
Yeah.
Ogre, you know, melee supports, I would say, don't count as much because they're generally spellcasters that happen to be
Mhm.
melee heroes.
What would they would
What
ultimately
else could they
bring
pick?
to this PA would
Maybe
be
a
more
Visage.
than enough.
I could see a
Radiant
Visage pick,
team
perhaps.
Visage. That would leave white unless they change it up. I mean,
Whitebeard
Fluff
on
was
Visage,
typically okay. Yeah,
Buff
because I know
plays Abaddon, I think, usually.
they did that Whitebeard Zeus support.
Yeah, that would not be good this game.
Yeah, I know. Well, we didn't think it was good that game
Oh.
either.
Crystal Maiden could be an option, actually.
Last night I played a pub with Ush, and he did a core Crystal Maiden, and we almost won. We did a Coddle Crystal
Remember
Maiden
when we
offlane.
played?
10
And I was
seconds
CM?
remaining.
No, last time we played, I remember you fed over 3 Orchids as Storm Spirit
5
FRL.
seconds remaining.
No, it was 2 Orchids and a
No,
Divine.
it was
Come
3.
on.
You dropped one because you wanted to take advantage of
Reserve time.
Arcanes. They
Yeah,
grabbed it
and then I
up,
sold one.
and then you sold one, and then
That
you
was it.
bought a third.
No, I never bought another one because the
Oh.
game ended, but I was going to.
At that point, I think we all were just like, well,
And then I lost the Divine like 20 seconds after I bought it. What a game! that
you know,
was.
it's okay. Some games are just not destined to win, I guess. That's how everyone feels with Dota sometimes. Just how you're ready to
Oh,
win, and then
man.
Orchids go flying
10
out like they're
seconds
just like
remaining.
free vouchers for wins. It's great. But
So we'll do complexity
seconds
one here. I think we're gonna go with the TA.
Ooh, a
Dire
Swindlemelon's
team
TA. You need that snowball, that slam jam factor. I'm feeling a lot of greed here, though. I mean, pretty much everyone except Skywrath Mage,
I don't like this pick.
you know, needs a lot. Tell me why, Pharrell. Tell me why.
It doesn't really fit in with the other heroes. I would have much preferred to
She
see
is female.
maybe a tempo. Oh, come on.
What?
A tempo controlling hero from the mid lane. I mean, TA doesn't really offer that same sort of control in fights.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, and it doesn't really synergize that well with Faceless Void either.
Yeah.
If someone's,
5
I
seconds
mean, they just have to
remaining.
be well positioned in the chrono for it to be good. And I just think it's so greedy.
I like this, though. This works. It's range. You know, so we do not have to endure the all melee kind of Bash Brother lineup. The swap out save, we saw huge, what was it, in Star Ladder in the hands of Pylai Dai, saving out Eternal Envy's Necrophos time and time again against EG and Universe's Faceless Void. So Fluff is kind of getting the same vibe with this one. Grabs a hold of it. Minus armor certainly can help out as well. You know, being able to
Now,
put
one
that
thing
into
is
Roche,
they
so.
have nothing to take off refraction charges. But I
Prepare
imagine
for
they'll
battle.
purchase an urn and try to use that as like a pseudo refraction
Yeah.
takeoffs
Yeah,
type thing. I
certainly
mean,
can
it is
work.
good now because it takes it off, whereas before it didn't. So
Yeah, Urn is
probably gonna
definitely
be
a
the
big deal now.
choice. Yep.
Okay, well, with that said, we've hopped in. It's game number 1. We got 4 best of ones for you today, folks. It's going to be the Summit 2 by G2A.com America Division, and we're starting off with a nice one. This is Complexity. They're currently sitting at 3-1. We're going undefeated until they approached Team Leviathan yesterday with that spicy Pudge grab, and they got, well, raffle stomped pretty hard, and they're looking to bounce back here. Same with Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They did have a rough start as well. I think they were 0-2, and now they're sporting a 3-3 record. Would love to be that first
30
team to get to the
seconds to
4-win
battle.
mark, and will put themselves on top. With either of these wins, that team will be the king right now of the Summit 2 America. Moving on to what team will actually get a hold of the top 4 and move on to the playoffs. I'll go ahead and lead things off with your introductions here. We got Limp. He's going to be playing your off-lane Faceless Void here for Complexity. Mid lane, it's Swindlemelons playing your Templar Assassin. Along the bottom, we got Z-Freak playing your Skywrath Mage. He'll be side-by-side with Riser on that Sand King, and that leaves Mr. Moon Meander going to be
battle
playing
begins.
the Safe Flame Ember Spirit.
Yep. And for the side of SNA, we have TC playing the carry position Phantom Assassin, being supported by Whitebeard's Abaddon, Buff and Stuff's Vengeful Spirit. And then in the mid lane, we have Brax playing Mag. She played yesterday against Navi US quite well. And in the bot lane, we have IX Mike playing Tidehunter.
IX Mike not playing Nature's Prophet. I like it. Just changing things up a little bit. He's been playing that hero. He's
They're
been
not
abusing
playing
it.
Prophet or Centaur this game.
Yeah, so a little bit different. And remember, they went first pick Tide, so he knew right off the bat he was going to be sporting this Tide Hunter down here. And already might have his hands full as he's going against that Skywrath Mage. And he already has an illusion room, which makes it all the worse. So getting a hold of CS early is going to be quite tricky here for this IX Mike Tidehunter to get in. We might even see him creep off to the side, start building up some stacks, or maybe the supports might build up some stacks for him. Speaking of stacks, you see over here Riser. He's got the nice creep pool happening. He's trying to get that creep equilibrium under the tower to favor Moon Meander a little bit better with that CS. Look who's early creeping in here, though. We got Fluff smoked up from behind. He might look for the early courier kill right now, and I like this move.
I think he's just looking for a courier go. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they communicated that he went for a fastball to
Here
build.
it comes.
Definitely the right play.
Oh, boy.
And he's gonna get it.
It's an owl. It's a cute little owl. It's in
unless
trouble.
they-
Oh, he's creeping it.
no,
Nice. The
Swindle.
side path.
Very smart.
Oh.
Very
So
smart play here.
So smart play right here. The courier not going to go down the typical road. Well, Fluff is going to be wasting his time. Now watch them send it back down the middle and they get
Uh-oh.
killed. Oh. He sees it. No, he's going to try to cut through the middle. I've overcommitted. Fluff is
that's a
now
lot
in
of
a
wasted
very
time,
awkward
sir.
position. Going to need some assistance, probably
What?
from Brax. And they might consider going, but of course with the refraction prop, Swindlemelons is like, what the hell are you doing? And
That
Fluff is
was
going to
really
leave.
dangerous. I'm not sure why he did that.
That was,
he could've just walked
he was
back
like,
the same way he came in.
yeah, he was like, I might be able to commit for this, and then realized, like, nope, bad decision, and decided to cut right through the tower instead, and he needed, like, a zoning stun, at least to make for a safe escape. So, a bit awkward, and Fluff will unfortunately not be able to get a hold of the precious Al Courier. Nice game sense coming out from Complexity, knowing that that's something that the Sneaky Nyx Assassins have done plenty of time in the past, and just with VS being missing, they just kind of make the right call.
And Void's getting away with murder in this top lane. I mean, he's gotten all the experience.
Creep
He hasn't
murder.
been zoned at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when Venge leaves to try to snipe a courier, and then you have Vision of Venge, so you can just... And how are they going to kill a Void in this lane? They can't even harass him. They can
Yeah.
spam daggers,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Have the
One real
Venge
stun, but that's it.
Venge isn't great at
He'll just
zoning
time
a
walk
hero
away.
out.
He'll laugh at you. He doesn't even need to see you. No eyes. Just, are you hitting me? I'll hit you. What are you thinking? Fluff is
Seems
getting he's
senseless.
getting his ass beat right here. And now they're gonna go for the stun, but he could just time walk to the low ground if necessary as an emergency escape. But he's actually second guessing his move path. Will ultimately find his way down, pop that salve, and well, there's Exhibit A, a Faceless Void not getting picked off.
And he doesn't even lose much from that. He just burns a salve.
Yeah.
But he went for the 2 tangos build with a salve, so he's perfectly fine.
And level
trading
2
a regen
backtrack.
for experience. Yeah, kind of an odd. Usually we just see it at level 1.
Yeah.
We see, max time walk, max.
Well. Look who's back though. Fluff to mid lane with a clarity. Sees the courier, his old friend. While I'm getting busy with mid though, it's Z-Freak is going to grab the first blood, but I wanted to see if something was going to break out. But they actually managed to take down Mike. This dynamic duo of Ember Spirit and the Z-Freak Skywrath Mage get it done on the Tidehunter, and he is the first to fall.
How many stacks do we have for the Sand King? We've got a triple stack in the big camp. Stacks on the left. So we've got 1 triple stack.
Yeah,
And
not as
he's gonna be.
not a lot, but enough.
And then I guess they have this little double stack too. It's like 1.5.
Radiant's
Well,
middle
Fluff
tower
back
is
down
under
top.
attack.
I don't want to get too distracted. Every time I think that Fluff is going to make something happen, I'm going to miss something elsewhere. He just gets a few pot shots in on Faceless Void, who just backtracks that off and laughs. And they're not going to be able to get a hold of him. So I'm a bit nervous right here for the early laning phase, because I think, Brax as well, the mid lane Magnus, one of his more favorite heroes. He can't really do a whole lot here against Swindle Melons and the Templar Assassin. And
He's winning the lane right now. He's 27 for 2 against 20 and 3. I definitely think it's Mag favorite at early levels.
you think so? I don't know. I feel like
I
Knicks
think
are very
so. I feel
hungry
like
to
it's
get a
very
kill,
even.
and they're just not going to
Yeah,
get it.
They need to get kills because
Yeah.
this draft by Complexity is so greedy that if they allow them to get away with this,
Yeah.
I mean, they're not only getting away with this,
Dire's
but they're doing
bottom
better in the
tower is
early
under
laning stage, and I
attack.
think it's the choice to pick these supports.
Bottom and top lane is definitely going the way they like. Mid, it can be, based on CS, pretty split, but I mean, as long as Mag is not catching any kills and TA is going to be able to build up a reasonable amount of CS and farm, she can get to a point where maybe she could venture elsewhere and get the job done as far as heavy burst. But here we go. We might see a bit of rotation, but there's a heavy push also coming in from the top. They're going to look to, if they can't take down the Void, maybe they can get some good shots in on this tower, though, and try to get some early objectives done, I think is maybe the next best option for them.
Void is getting so much in this Radiant
Yeah.
top lane.
10-0, now 11. And he'll be on his way towards an early Mask of Madness
Although
if he likes.
Mike's not doing so bad himself.
Radiant's
The
top
experience
tower
is
is
fairly
under
even on
attack.
these offlaners.
Mike is
Not
5-0.
sure
So
if that's just poor lane control by Complexity, but I feel like this Tide should be getting a lot less, considering they have a Skywrath Mage and a Sand King pulling constantly.
yeah.
I mean, he's under threat of dying pretty much any time Skywrath is there.
Okay. Well, get the chains up here on Mike. Not gonna do a whole lot of damage. Bounty rune. It's gonna be at
Trying to
top.
bait the rune.
Swindle. Hoping that someone was gonna come by into his trap. They're not gonna be there. He goes right back to mid lane. And Brax, who had paid a visit bottom, had taken out Moon Meander, and I'm 0 for 2 on catching kills. I think it's for the better. It's getting a little too violent, so we're gonna keep the stream G-rated apparently.
Did you miss that one too?
Maybe. If you have any complaints about the camera, you can catch me on my Twitter at whatishiptv. And
That's definitely it.
it's just a warm-up, F4L. Don't judge. Anyways, Brax has got DD mid lane. He got work done on bottom, which when we were asking for sneaking Nyx assassins to find kills, well, they're still trying to find him. Bottom, I'm not going to miss this one, though. Here we go. Whitebeard, shielded up, trying to get away from the heavy harassment, but Mike might not be so lucky. Miscoil does save him for the time being, but Moon Meander not letting up just yet. They might get a 2-for-1 special here. Chains is going to get it. They turn the corner. Whitebeard right there with the shield, but Moon Meander very low. Regardless, they get both. Now Brax shows up. No RP this time to use, but they find the Chicken Man. So make it a 2-for-1 all day. Still advantage for Complexity, being able to bring in that excess bit of farm, and Moon Meander gets away scot-free.
I was kind of nervous there for a second for Complexity. I thought I might only lose one and then get return kills too, but They were
The
able to
shield,
get both kills.
shield could have been a bit hairy there. It was level 2 too, so could have done some damage to Moon, but he does make it out. 50 and 11. Oh my goodness. TC is getting a lot though out of his safe lane experience. He's going.
It's definitely easier to farm on that hero. Than
going
it
right
is
for the
Ember.
helm.
For some reason, Ember is like not a fun hero to farm on. I mean, he was
Radiant's
also against the
bottom
Tide, so he's
tower
getting
is under
anchor
attack.
smash too.
Yeah. Definitely makes it tricky to find that CS when you're swinging with nerf bats and not your fiery swords that you want. So for now, finding some reasonable CS here on the mid lane, but it looks like they're plotting out top. They want to put to use potentially the first chrono. There it is, folks. The first bubble of the game. They're going to make it go on TC. Skywrath Mage, though, not level 6. Can't drop the Mystic Flare, but it's still going to be more than enough. Can we get a second Arcane Bolt? We can't. Oh, but here comes Swindle. Boom! Right in the backhand side. TC hits the deck, but Big Bad Magnus now rolling on through. He's got an
That is
RP.
really slow TP reaction.
Yeah. He was there a little bit sooner. He could have found potentially a better RP opportunity to turn the corner, but
I feel
unfortunately,
like when you pick Abaddon like this, and he's not able to gank, obviously. So
Yeah.
this hero just has to be saving people all over
Exactly.
the map, or it's not good.
yeah,
You
just
should
like
have had a
Dazzle or
TP
something.
scroll. Yeah.
You need to have that TP. You need to have the express ticket in your back pocket, ready to show up at a moment's notice when your teammates are.
Really unfortunate.
In
'Cause
trouble.
I think they could have turned that if, like, Abaddon had TP'd instead of Mag.
Yeah.
And honestly, they had so much time to react to. They had the full duration of Chrono, and no one even TP'd until after Chrono had ended. So I'm not sure if that was a communication issue. People didn't have TPs, but pretty unfortunate. And honestly, I would say that's a risky play by Complexity to go on a TA like that. He's sitting at a Helm of Iron Wool, which gives him 5 armor. And he's got the blur.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of effective HP against the Void right now.
Yeah. Does unfortunately fall though, but as time progresses, TC has shown in previous game that he can dish out the damage.
Like
when
Snot's
needed,
gonna make a
but-
smoke play on top.
Oh yeah,
Add
they want
Ravage
this
available.
Void. They are tired of his garbage. They want to be able to take him down. Sand King also picks up his Blink Dagger, so look for him to try to make his first big play with that at a moment's notice. Speaking of Blink Daggers, Brax has got the moment that there's a Blink Dagger
Can
sale,
they
grabs
get
one
the
himself.
skill?
But can they go? Jump in. They got the stun, they got the Ravage, they're going to use everything they do, for God's sakes. That was an RP as well. That's a lot of hate for a man with no
They're gonna
face.
pay.
And now they're going to go for Fluff, but Moon, as quick as he comes in, he leaves as well. So I guess job well done here. It takes a full 5-man hurrah to get it done, but
That
they take
was
down
a
the Faceless
heavy
Void.
investment by
Yeah, it was.
by Snot. They used every ult.
Yeah.
They can't even take this tower anymore. I don't think they can teamfight.
I mean, Faceless Void's already back.
This
And,
could be a
yeah,
disaster.
he's got a chrono. He catches 4, goes right for Fluff first, the weakest of the group. Whitebeard next, both supports are down. Epicenter, follow up, not quite in range. Brax is able to skewer away from that one, so they might only lose the 2 little supports, but already a favorable trade for Complexity on the return. And now IX Mike under pressure. Oh, he's done for. Sliced watermelon, put it on a plate, serve it for 4th of July. We got it done, folks. Swindle Melons with a double kill now. And even though the tower is not taking much damage thus far, that is a 3-for-1 turnaround because Sneaky Nick's Assassins invested a whole lot into taking down that Faceless Void. At this early in the game when he just comes right back with his own ultimate, man, that was bad. That was rough.
I mean, I imagine there was some sort of miscommunication between Mike and Brax at that moment, but they were very overzealous in what
Radiant's
they could
middle
accomplish
tower is under
after
attack.
using both ultimates. They just stayed and they were like, let's hit this tower. And then Void respawns and they get team wiped.
yeah, that's a hashtag kill secured, but not hashtag worth, that's for sure. Is Complexity.
I mean, I think it would have been okay had they just backed off after getting
Yeah.
the kill.
They felt like, well, we're 5 here. Maybe we can get a tower, but Complexity were onto him and just quickly made the return, and they made the right call. And that's what counts. Limp is still going to be able to farm it up. For now, he's got his basic just boots and gloves. Power treads, I would imagine, might be a reasonable grab for him in the
Radiant's top
meantime.
tower is under
And, well,
attack.
we have still a lot of pressure happening here at the top lane as they committed 3 to get it down, and it is
Radiant's
TC who gets
top
the last
tower
hit.
has
So
fallen.
in the end, he is able to bring up a fair amount of CS. Meanwhile, going to the top, they're baiting out the rune, and Brax takes the bite, blinks for it, and now he has nowhere to go. Can he skewer his way out? Oh, the arcane bolt is coming. Oh, help me, Mike!
Oh, he's
Mike!
gonna live.
Oh, nice! He gets the heal up in time, and he is able to
Nice
live. They
ball
return,
switch.
but Fluff might not be so lucky. Certainly not. He goes down, but TC now makes the rotation in. There's a Ravage already. They pull it out. Skywrath secured, and the RP follow-up. Both those ultimates ready to go, but look who it is. Mr. Faceless Void jumps on in, wants to be able to get into the hot and heavy action, and so's Moon. So Complexity with the fabulous late appearance might turn out to be the more profitable one as they look to turn. Nice blink right there from Brax, gets away. But Mike gets caught in the chrono along with Whitebeard. Moon as well, though. They take down the Tidehunter. They turn their attention towards Whitebeard, who does have level 6 now. Bar time is going to be popped. He is able to live. He steps away. It looks like Complexity might take what they have for now and pull on back. Still, another benefit for them is it's a 1 for 2.
They're just getting kited in these team fights.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the Ravage and Reverse Polarity, they have
Dire's
nothing.
bottom
No
tower
stuns,
is
no
under
I mean,
attack.
well, they have the bench stun, but
They have to hope that they
That
get the
doesn't
job
offer
done
too much
within the
control.
time of an RP and a Ravage, because otherwise they're just so elusive. I mean,
but they can't even kill a TA during that time when he has Refraction on. They solo RP'd the TA, and TA did not die. That is very concerning at this point in the game.
their best target is that Skywrath Mage, who they can get, but outside of that, I mean, now you have a Blink Dagger and a Burrow Strike and a Sandstorm and Sandsking. You got your Ember Spirit, who could just kind of remnant his way out. Time Walk, of course, here on the Faceless Void, and TA, I mean, hell, I wouldn't be
Radiant's
surprised if she
middle
eventually picks up a
tower
Blink
is under
Dagger or
attack.
something, so it's a very slippery team, and if
Yeah.
they don't get a good setup where they can follow up with a lot of pickoffs on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they could prove to be troublesome. Meanwhile, Skewer and Brax, though, they catch, and it is going to be a Burrow Strike that hits the two, Fluff and Stuff and Brax, who try to get a hold of that Sand King as Riser makes his way out, and looks like Nyx continue to add pressure here on the mid lane. They want to finish what they started on this Tier 1 tower. They do have a Glyph ready to go,
Radiant's middle
so if they don't
tower
want to
is
get a
under attack.
frickin' ticket, they better use it right here. Guys, all right, well,
Nope.
Radiant's
it.
middle tower
Are you gonna
has
rate it?
fallen.
that's it. I don't know where they're staying in LA for this boot
I've
camp,
got
but
their email address.
oh, you better give it to me because they're gonna hear from me. Listen, in all
I think I don't
seriousness, no,
really
we got to
put-
make sure,
That'd
even
be
if
really funny.
even if
If you made like a mock ticket.
yeah, I'll put Merlini's
like
face
you
on
did
it.
Glyph.
Yeah, exactly.
Merlini's
Glyph it or
face.
ticket, and there's like Merlini with a dumb little
Dire's
police
bottom
cap.
tower
God.
is under attack.
Mike's trying to
That'd be
clean up
great.
some ancient stacks. He knows that it's his time. He needs to get that Blink Dagger to be a nice switch of pace here for his team. And he's getting pretty close to it, so it's not too shabby for now. Oh, but look, Moonmanor jumps in. He's like, hey, nice stack you got there, Mike.
Oh my.
Nice little stack. Hey, listen, I'm going to take you
Still
down. I'm going to
stack
finish what you
too.
started right here. Hey, how's it going? And he just
He gets
quickly
half
jumps
of it.
out. Man, oh, man.
Not being too greedy.
That's smart.
Wow.
Man,
Dire's
that's
top
rough.
tower is
Mike
under
is
attack.
probably feeling a little bit sweaty right now. Doesn't
Yeah, that's like
that.
300, 350 gold about for 2 big ancients.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Rough stuff right now, as that's going to put him back
Radiant's
quite a
bottom
bit towards that
tower
Blink
is under
Dagger.
attack.
Mid lane, though. See, now Nyx
Dire's
Assassins, they pull out that
structures
glyph.
are
They know what's up,
fortified.
but... Oh, Blink!
Dire's
Oh,
is under
dodged
attack.
very nicely from Moon Meander, and Brax's RP is going to go to no avail whatsoever.
Dire's middle
Mike shows
tower
up. He
has
still has a
fallen.
Ravage to put to use, but we
Dire's
talk about
structures
how
are
elusive
fortified.
Complexity is, and they show it right there. If your two big ultimates even have
Dire's
a finicky
top
time
tower has
landing,
fallen.
oh, you're in for a long day.
Wow. That was something.
Man. It's a bit
What a great
predictable.
play by Moon.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the quick trigger finger of like someone like Moon. He'll have that sleight of fist always ready to go, and when a Magnus like blinks in and there's a bit of a cast delay between that and the RP, you can just kind of see it coming. It just takes a quick trigger finger. Bob Brex sees his now new arch nemesis, and they
I'm
trade
just worried
wounds.
that they have no solution for Moon or Swindle at this point in time. I don't think that they have the damage to burst Moon Meander until TC gets a big item. Like in one of the spells. Like they need to be able to kill him during an RP or during
Oh.
a Ravage.
Radiant's bottom tower
His only
is
big
under attack.
damage dealing item right now is the Empower that's coming out. It's only a level 1 Empower as
But
well.
he only has...
Him. You know, he's
I mean,
got
he's probably not even critting for that much.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Radiant's
Helm with the
bottom
Dominator and
tower
Ogre
is under
Club.
attack.
He's favoring the
Dire's
BKB.
top tower is under attack.
Fearsome of the, was that another
Radiant's
non-glyph?
bottom tower has fallen.
Not too sure. Anyways, we might see a rumble in the jungle here. You see Mike move over, catches out Moon with the Ravage. The Skewer's going to send him right back into the arms of Fluff, where they're going to try to burst him down. Sleight of fist, chains. He pops out the Flame Guard. He's getting
Oh
away.
my.
This is going to be very costly if they can't get a hold of him. And he pulls out the Remnant, and he's out of there. Oh, nope. Just as I say that, Brax brings forward, and they can't get it done. Invested 3 heroes in a Ravage to take down an Ember
Dire's
Spirit,
middle
and they
tower
can't
he
do
didn't
it.
He didn't even have a Remnant up. Imagine if he had a Remnant. That wouldn't have even been close.
Oh my goodness. That is probably one of the best opportunities you could ask for to take down an Ember Spirit. I mean,
They
they
didn't have
saw
the RP.
him
They need both ults right now to kill him. 'Cause
That
they have no
is-
damage.
That's scary. That's very scary right
I
now.
mean, when you
for-
need both of your AoE teamfight ults to kill a single target as 5 heroes, I mean, the game is very difficult for SNA at this point in time.
The chat wheel game is hard, is overemphasized in a moment like this for Sneaky Nyx Assassins as
I mean, I feel once PA gets this Abyssal Blade, which, I mean, he's very far away from, he's going
Yeah.
to finish his BKB and then probably go Abyssal, then they'll start having solutions to these heroes. But until then, they can just farm with impunity in their face. They can.
yeah. They get a quick burst down top, I kick the back end, but I mean really what we don't see is something we expect. It's a simple leap in from Limp, Chronosphere, Mystic Flare follow-up, and well, Tidehunter hits the deck pretty damn quick. Mike is down, meanwhile mid lane, they're considering making a jump right here on Swindle. He might have felt a body bump, and he puts out the refraction, and they miss the skewer regardless. And now Swindle is making a consideration of turning back, but now sees TC, but here comes Moon. Double Remnant burst in, takes down Fluff, just like that. Followed up with an Epi, and holy moly! You got Complexity that have just wiped out 3 like nothing.
Just takes too long to kill these cores.
Oh
They
my
have nothing
goodness.
to deal with refraction. Gives their team enough time to respond to the situation.
Now-
and they just kill all of them.
I don't know if I give Swindle the benefit of the doubt, but he might have felt that invis body bump, and he just popped refraction right there. And regardless, Brax missing the skewer on the way out allowed
It
the
depends how
opportunity
much
to open up.
attention you're paying when you're moving.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're like looking at something else and you're just moving. But if you're on your camera, I would say that most professional players know when they're being blocked by something.
Roshan has fallen
They
to
pick
the
up a
Raven.
free easy 3 kills, including the
Dire's
prized
bottom tower is
TCPA,
under
who does
attack.
go down, and a Roche. So this is a big, big game for Complexity at the start. And now pushing past the 10K net worth lead, it's going to be the Sneaky Nyx Assassins who really need to dig deep at this point. My goodness.
I think it's gonna get worse before it gets any better. for
Yeah,
SNA.
well-
I think their only chance of winning is this Abyssal on Phantom Assassin, but that's so far away. And
Certainly
I think
is.
Complexity is just gonna get more and more ahead until they get to that point. I mean, maybe with
Man, oh man.
I mean, you can always turn the game around with a huge RP into Ravage. I mean, they have the tools to come back from a gold deficit. So I wouldn't say they're completely out of this game, but it's gonna be very difficult.
So, to talk about things that could definitely assist, I mean, one thing that pops is if somehow, some way, Brax doesn't get caught out and die, which he does. Burrow Strike, Mystic Flare follow-up, and even the biggest, baddest Magnus will hit the deck. But I was going to say, IX Mike maybe finding the farm to pull together a refresher just to get more out of those ultimates, I guess, could help, but that's in a
I mean, the problem
near
is
far
that
future.
they pretty much need a 5-man RP, because if Void or Sand King aren't in this RP, there's no... Actually, they both have to be in it. Sorry. Because they can both counter-initiate the RP so well. You can just time walk in, chrono, or channel the epicenter and then stun your whole team.
Rough.
It's gonna be a long road to coming back.
Yeah, it certainly
It's gonna
is.
take some mistakes from Complexity, I think, at this point.
Yeah. And, you know, after yesterday's match between Leviathan and Complexity being
Radiant's
really
bottom
manhandled
tower
in that
is under
one,
attack.
they are coming back with asserted dominance to get it done. It's a bit ridiculous. So they're looking to make a strong stand. They lost their undefeated record, and they want to try to take as many wins on the way out. Now, Riser did just use a Burrow Strike there, but he quickly blinks back. And if TC had showed up maybe and got a dagger on him before he could blink, that could have been an
Dire's
opportunity for
top
the rest of
tower
the
is
squad
under
that's
attack.
lingering nearby to make a jump in, but that's not going to be the case. Instead, they're going to look for some
Radiant's
more
bottom
objective gaming
tower is
possibly
under
here
attack.
as TC continues to push. But nope, just as I say that, the other 4 are going back towards the mid lane where Swindle is currently pushing alone, or at least it looks like he's pushing alone. You do have Moon
Dire's
nearby.
Oh,
bottom
man.
tower is under attack.
Swindle has a Monkey King bar at 21 minutes.
Oh man, that
That is a lot of
Heavy
damage.
raw
And this
damage.
PA,
yeah, it's
this
gonna
PA
go.
is no longer safe.
Oh man. Man, oh man, things just continue to get a bit more scary here for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins as TC's benefit of even now a level 4 Blur is not going to be any match to the hard-hitting Swindle Melon's TA as he creeps around right near Brax. Puts down the trap, They pop up, though. They see they're going to skewer the pinball all the way to the low ground. Now Swindlemelons with refraction down. Oh, they pop out a very nice dust and even sentry for this one. Moon jumps in with the searing chains. Kind of locks him in place, but still they can't get it done. They don't commit ultimates for it this time, but at least hoping for a point where they can try to set something up and take him down would have been nice. But it's not going to be that easy. You are going to be forced to use probably both ultimates to take down a couple of these complexity cores. But even then, you always have your lingering faceless void that could be in the back lines, popping out a huge chronosphere to kind of slow your roll. And man,
Dire's middle tower is
They
under
didn't want to
attack.
have a repeat of mid lane.
yeah.
And Swindle has an Aegis, and they can't kill him without expending ultimates, which is really bad for them right now. He can just sit at this tower, siege it by himself, and we've seen they can't kill him without expending ultimates, and he has an Aegis.
He pulls off the tower so it can't be denied, so smart move. One more auto attack and they could have just taken it down, so he opts to stay back while the creeps are not going to be too far pushed forward, and you still have more time where, you know, for now the past 2 minutes at least, the Sneaky Nick Assassins kind of group together, and well, TC's going to find this farm, but everyone else is still kind of just waiting for that engagement or some opportunity to get something for themselves, so it's a big amount of inheritance coming their way, which is great, but TC
All
desperately
eggs
needs to
in
pull
the
together
TC
some damage.
basket.
Man, oh man. And here we go. Gonna have complexity.
He
Gets
needs
down that
some
nice
crits.
trap.
Dire's middle tower is
Some
under
big numbers.
attack. Dire's middle
Swindle
Big
tower
takes it
holes.
down.
has
He actually,
fallen.
oh, can't quite get a hit in before Mike does blink away. But they take that tier 2 tower, and it goes to Swindle. He now is already at 2.3k. Huge
Big.
TA this game.
Aegis was just reclaimed. They'll probably wait for the next Aegis, and then try to end the game.
I don't know. Here we go. Bottom. They might see Brax. They do get a burrow on him. He's going to have to force a skewer here, and he can't. The support duo takes down Brax all by their lonesome. And your Magnus is dead. Man, oh man. So, another great pickoff for them. All the meanwhile, Limp had been farming back in his own. He'd make a item investment here. Let's see what's coming on this freaking donkey. It's going to be a Maelstrom. That's a boar, actually. That's not a donkey. I need to go back to zoology school or something.
If we take a look at the gold graph, it's 20,000 gold, 25,000 experience on the side of complexity.
It's a firm lead. We've seen before. They hold on to their leads and they'll nurse it as long as possible before they feel as safe as they want when they go for the final blow. As much as a 40k gold lead when they.
I think they're gonna wait for Roche and then go.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could take this tier 2 bottom whenever they want.
I mean, all you need is a couple more wins at this point if you're someone like Complexity to kind of just make sure you secure a top 4 spot, and then you can kind of take things a little more easy before you head into the playoff position. So they would definitely like to secure their road sooner than later. Limp pulls back. There's not going to be really any opportunity there. So no engagement there for now. I mean, we have a Vengeful Spirit in case maybe one gets caught out from a Chronosphere and be right there to aid out their precious TC if it is going to be Limp who tries to make the find. But the last couple of Chronos he's pulled out, he's gotten a couple, including Fluff. So it's been a little too hard for him to make any sort of nice counterplay.
Like Moon's gonna go for the second Battle Fury.
Two
Moon
hands,
finishes
two axes.
his Maelstrom. No other notable items on the side of complexity. Actually, did. Oh, Swindle finished his Manta style.
Yep. Man, oh man.
And there's
Big.
been no item progression on SNA for the last 5 or 10 minutes. Except for
And-
TC. TC's gotten his Basher.
And as you say that also, 4 staff picked up here. For Magnus, Brax will benefit from a little extra mobility as he was recently taken
Dire's
down
bottom
from that
tower
Mystic
is
Flare
under
from
attack.
Skyrat. That 4 staff would not only help himself, but his
Blessings.
allies who might also get caught out in the same jam. So he'll be right there to make it happen. But I like at Complexity. They are going to play a safer game now.
And they're just farming the whole map. They're
Yeah.
out farming them. Z-Free picks up a gem so that SNA can't farm any of the map. They're just squeezing the map, getting more resources,
They're really milking it
increasing
right
their
now.
advantage. And I think they're just going to wait for this Roshan. It's the safest play. You know, they're out farming SNA right now. I think they have better late game. Even though like a double RP, double Ravage could be scary, I don't think it will ever get to that point.
Mhm.
So they can just wait for the next Roshan.
quite a while, and SNA are going to try to find what farm they can with what's left on the map, and then you have to kind of funnel that farm towards your dark horse of the team, you know, your PA. So you're taking
It's
that
not
farm
like he
away
has
from
that
others.
much damage. He only has, he's hitting for about 225.
Yeah, this is with Empower on right now, which is still only level 1. So,
Oh,
Brax
that's
needs
hurting
levels.
them a lot.
Yeah.
They need this max level Empower if they want a chance to win this
It's a
game.
difference of 30% more damage, and well, Brax gets caught out with the Chronosphere, so we are going to see a quick engagement. Doesn't take a whole lot. Pretty much just limp on his own with maybe an assist attack or two coming out from Swindle, but it's all limp all day right there to get a hold of Brax. And he goes down, so further away. Meanwhile, bottom, the opposite side, another big bad boy might drop. Moon just quickly jumps in, takes Mike down to a quarter life, and thankfully Whitebeard's going to be right there on his Abaddon with a mech and shield and miscoil ready to go to get him right back up to near full.
The Roche respawn was about a minute.
Haste.
Moves on through, man. Moon just looking for a quick hit and run, but not going to get the opportunity. Throws out the back remnant just in case they make a jump. Mike has his Ravage, but it's not the right time. Maybe if Fluff sets up a swap into a Ravage, and then they can try to lock him down as quick as possible. Maybe, but that's proving to be a little too tricky. He's being as elusive as ever, and you're getting a split push now from Complexity as they add pressure as well on this top lane, with Swindlemelons leading the point. So they're spreading Nyx Assassins thin, but slowly corralling them back and into their base. So they can't really spread out too far. Pretty much the Ancient Stack is the safest bet of farm, which Mike's currently doing right now.
I mean, they're finding little bits of farm, but compared to what Complexity is getting right now, Complexity's farming their entire
He's
jungle.
farming there, he's farming
They're
there, this guy's farming over
Ancients,
here.
their jungle, all the
Yeah.
lanes.
Yeah. The efficiency is real here for Complexity right now.
You can see it in the gold graph. They've acquired another 5,000 gold lead.
That bad boy keeps on rising right now, and Summit will continue to climb up.
And at this point, you just do Roshan and end the game. And unless you have a terrible misplay, I don't think there's any way that's not going to win a team
I
fight
mean,
anymore.
from what it's looking like so far, I'm not going to try to call it too early, but let's say Complexity are able to grab that Aegis and they secure the win. Is it more on the draft situation that was thrown together from both teams, or has Complexity been outplaying Sneaky Nyx Assassins and the choices they make as far as like committing too many ultimates?
Mostly an outdraft.
Oh,
And
blink
yes,
forward,
the
fake
play
RP.
top was very significant because when you have a draft like this, you can't fall that behind early.
Yeah.
They basically got team wiped and expended both of their
Dire's
ults.
middle tower is under attack.
Whenever you have this AoE teamfight centric lineup and you lose a teamfight early game, the game is going to be very difficult.
Complexity return to their farm. I mean, Faceless Void has damn near 4K. He wants to try to just straight up finish out that Mjolnir or
They should know that Roshan's up.
BKB
Surprised they're
himself,
not doing it yet.
but yeah, it's up and ready.
Maybe they want BKBs on all their cores.
I think what they're doing is
Could
Z-Freak just grabs some wards and he has a gem. He's going to just lay out a foundation of vision right here so that they can do it pretty much scot-free. And now he has illusions as well, so they can put them out in their own scouting post.
I mean, they
Uses
do
the
have
courier
traps
to
all
check
over
the high
Roche,
ground.
so-
There's nothing. Up there, though, they will see. Aha! I see some wards. They can't get
attack
up there,
the
it looks
wards
like.
from there.
He's too
It's really
nervous.
funny.
Mike's nearby, but they would love to be able to remove all that vision so they can safe and securely move in. And you know, that's pretty much the one of the few cases right now that could really bite Complexity in the ass, is if they kind of carelessly move into Roche, and then there's like a big swap steal, Magnus and Ravage jumping in, setting him up.
I
And
think the
taking him
only
down,
way
but-
they lose the fight is if they get 5-man RP'd into 5-man Ravaged.
Yeah, which Roche is probably the best
Yeah,
case
Roche is
scenario for
probably
that.
One of the only places
So
where
it's
that
it's
can-
important for
That
them
being
to.
said, Swindle can just solo it, I think.
There we go. They get the remnant up there for proper vision, and they will quickly remove that last bit of vision that the Sneaky Nyx Assassins have over the Roche pit. But obviously they know something's happening over here. They just don't know exactly what. They don't know how many people are committed in this pit. They don't want to just freely jump in there and slam down the R-Hammer if there's going to be no one or just one. And then a quick follow-up from a Faceless Void Chrono would just kind of ruin your day.
I think you just push bottom if you're Complexity right now.
Yeah.
No risk. You either push bottom or only commit 2 heroes to Roshan The Void and the TA can kill Roshan fairly easily.
Yeah. Force the
Force
Dire
them to
squad
either
back into
expend
their
that.
base.
Because
Yeah.
they can't do anything outside of these
Uh-oh.
ults.
Well, they jump in, they get Brax
Oh.
again. He took him down before. Can Brax quickly get away? He can't. Moon Meander's right there with a sleight of fist and just chops
He
him on
almost
down.
dodged that.
Dire's bottom
You're
tower
so
is
close
under
there.
attack.
Man, oh man. Now they just move on through. They're going to get a hold of this tier tower, this tier 2 tower rather. That's going to clear all remaining outer towers right
Dire's
now.
bottom tower has
And that's all they
fallen.
need really much to go for the Roche. Meanwhile, you got Ryza here
Dire's bottom
on the
tower
tail
is
of
under attack.
Mike, and Mike is going to be forced to self-force up to the high ground. And
It
that
looks like
allows
they're gonna
Complexity to
Roche
move
and
on into the Roche pit and get that job done. No problem
Looks
for
like
them.
Swindle's gonna be taking it.
Yeah, now he's about to have a butterfly. My God, this is
Roshan has
a
fallen to the Radiant.
farmed TA right now. Fully slotted if you count the Aegis, so huge arsenal for her to dish out big damage. I'm sure they're just itching to put all this new item investment to use. I mean, even a BKB on your support Sand King.
Yep.
Ghost Scepter on Skywrath Mage. These supports even have reasonable farm. When you compare that over to the Sneaky Nyx Assassins, Whitebeard has a mech, but I mean, what has Fluff got? A pair of shoes, a ring, a hatchet. It's like a
Both
divorce
having
gone wrong.
this sad game.
Yeah. Times are tough.
And I think it all comes down to that top fight. You know, they used the 2 big AoE ultimates on
Yeah.
one hero, they brought him down, and then they just stayed a little bit too long. And then Void revives, and they get
Oh.
teamworked.
Whitebeard's very low. Forced to retreat. Thankfully, he's got the shield and his
And his ult was
allies
popped
right there.
too.
Yeah. Man, oh man. Swindle just quickly wipes out that creep wave. Top lane, Mike is...
Dire's middle
Oh, they
tower
Burrow Strike
is
up. They're not
under
going to catch
attack.
him. They can't stop that TP now, and he makes his way out. That would have been pretty much the final blow right there if Mike got caught out. He would have been forced to pull out a
Dire's
buyback,
bottom
which,
tower is under
well,
attack.
He doesn't
he doesn't have. So he would have been out for the count. Bless you, by the way. Yeah, Gazoon tight. Uh-oh,
Oh.
mid lane. They're
Brax
making
has
to go.
finally got the max in power, so that's one thing in SNA's favor.
I don't know, though. Man, oh man. Pesky illusions. Taking Brax down to half
And we're
life
at
with them
30
alone.
30,000
Top tower is
gold
under attack.
and 40,000 experience. Maybe Complexity looking to break their previous record?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
even
They,
if they go on Swindle, have to kill him
oh,
twice?
no damage as the evasion's right there. If they don't get Swindle here,
oh no.
you might as well just call it a day. And there's a team about to show up. They take down the Aegis finally, but Chrono, Mystic, Flare, Ravage though coming in from Mike. Zones the rest of them back quite a bit. RP does catch on 2, but these cores are still pretty heavy-handed right now, and they're just gonna fire on back. Can they finally take down Swindle? Epicenter, huge from Riser, double kill as they clear out everyone but precious little Whitebeard. But there goes Whitebeard, and I think that might be the beginning of the end as Complexity
A
loses no
surprisingly
one.
close fight considering the gold and experience and the Aegis. I mean, they got pretty low on the side of Complexity.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This wasn't enough.
Pretty low doesn't count on a
Yeah.
game like this where
Dire's
it's
bottom
more than
tower
enough for them to
has
stand
fallen.
strong. Sand King
Dire's
came in a
bottom
little
barracks
tardy,
under
but
attack.
man, he got the
Dire's
job
bottom
done. Just the
barracks
exclamation point in the
has
fight with that
Dire's bottom
big
barracks
epicenter. Help clean on up, and investing so much and still not getting a whole lot out of it seems to be the motto of this game for the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, as they lose not one but
Dire's
2 sets of
middle
racks as slowly
Dire's
they come
middle
back
barracks
into life,
has
and
fallen.
I think they're going to call it, and they do. So, Complexity, man. Damn, look good in this game number 1.
Dire's
23 and
top
4 as far as
tower
kills.
Radiant
Well over
victory.
30k as far as a gold lead. Experience about 40k. Pretty much their game from top to bottom.
And I would say it was a bit of an outdraft combined with the top fight pretty much sealed the game. It's pretty crazy how Complexity was able to turn one fight into a victory like that convincingly. I mean, after that fight, they took complete control of the game. They just farmed the whole map.
Yeah.
There's really nothing that SNA could do to come back.
It just looked like there was too much relying on a big Ravage RP combo, and if you misuse either, it's just going to be terrible. I mean, already Complexity's draft was just so elusive and slippery, with your Ember Spirit. You know, TA was kind of even hard to grab. Sand King, of course, and when it didn't work out, it fell apart quick, and it was just more than enough for all of Complexity to build up whatever they wanted as far as items went, and until they felt absolutely comfortable with their full arsenal and getting a hold of that Roche, they went in, they got the job done, and that's going to do it for our game number 1. But we got 3 more best of ones for you today here in the Summit to America. Our next match coming up is going to be Stay Free taking on Union Gaming. That should be upcoming momentarily. If you like what you heard, catch me on my Twitter over at Guy, this dapper, stiff gentleman. Actually, you're not even there on my screen. I'm like gesturing over to an empty chair right now. Let's go ahead and get you up there for all. Hold on with a snap of my finger.
Auto guy talking to himself.
There you go. No, you're there. You're there. You're looking good, my friend. Anyways, catch him on his Twitter over on F4L Dota. A pleasure as always, folks. We'll be back in just a hot second.